So I recently got this video on my TikTok where it was offering you the best makeup look for your features. So what you would do is you would scroll through each slide and you would choose which feature best describes you from two different choices, and then at the end you'll be offered with a makeup look that complements your features most. So let's do that. Let's make this a makeup video. Okay, so let's begin. What kind of makeup suits me? Do I have a low nose bridge or a high nose bridge? A or B? I think this is like, this bump is what you would call a high nose bridge. A high one? Yeah, I think so. A high nose bridge, yes. B. Round or doe eyes? I would say I have almond eyes, right? Yeah. Natural. Yeah. I think that's angled and almond. But if I go like this, that's doe. So naturally I'm lost, y'all. I would say, I'm just gonna say B. Almond eyes. I hope this doesn't fuck me up. Okay. Lips. Full, rounded or thin lips? You tell me. Fair, light or medium and dark? Medium and dark, duh. Round shape, oval and angular face shape? I'm gonna say round. Yeah, this is a round face, I think. Yeah, it's giving round. A. So we got B, B, A, B, A. B, B, A, B, A. I got Russian makeup. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put my hair out the way before we begin. Remind you of something. Okay, I wasn't able to find many tutorials on YouTube that really just slow down the process so that I can understand how to do this look. I will maybe look at some TikToks as well. So I found this video from this creator that has got it titled Slavic Girl Makeup. I'm just gonna follow these instructions and hopefully I'm able to fit the bill. So this creator hadn't prepped and primed their face, but I'm sure they did. It's just not included in the video. So I'm gonna do mine. So we just got our trial for our, I think it was like the national security alarm for that goes off on phones. The sound freaked me out. It's just so loud and terrifying. So yeah. So what she starts off by doing is applying foundation. Oh, at least that didn't land on my bed. That would have been a disaster. It don't matter if it gets, you know what, unfolded. It don't matter if it gets in my eyebrows. I try to avoid it as much as possible, but it's fine. So next she goes ahead and applies some concealer. She uses Dior, but I don't have Dior, so I'm gonna use, doesn't show where she puts the concealer onto, she just dabs concealer. So I think I'm just gonna looking at Pinterest photos, they do have concealer on the high points of their faces. So how I usually do it, like movie magic. Highest points. She then goes in and does her eyebrows. She just takes like a brow gel and just swipes that on over. They have fairly soft angular brows. So yeah, I suppose it was, you would need a brow gel. Found some brow gel. I thought I didn't have it, but I do clearly. So you just, it doesn't need to be, I mean, it's neat because it's been threaded, but it's also quite wispy too. I'm not sure if that made a difference. Okay, kind of. I'll try both sides. I'm not sure if that made much difference, but it's a natural looking brow, a natural looking shaped brow, no filling in. That's what it's giving. So I think that fits the bill, I think. So she then contours her face. I'm not sure if she's set her face, but I think I should do that. I'm gonna do that. Again, Fit Me translucent. High points. So she contours her face and nose. She brings a brush and then just sort of sculpts a nose. And then contours, snatches the jawline. So I'm gonna try with a brush similar to what she's using, and just take a dark-ish. There is not a lot, like, you're not gonna make it look drastically different. You're kind of just working with what you already got and just snatching that where you can. That's kind of giving. I contoured with the Hoola bronzer and a touch of this Manhattan shade. Like a dusty brown. She then uses like this dusty pink shade on the outer edges of her eyes. I think she makes a crease with it. Yeah, she kind of makes a crease with it. That's all she does. So for me, what do I use? I'm gonna use this dusty pink with a little bit of glitter. Ooh, from this YSL palette. Couture Color Clutch. You know, it looks like a clutch bag. So I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and just kind of go into the deeper sets of my eyelids. Oh, child. I need to set my eyelids. I did not do that. Here we go. Anyway. And just do one of these. Okay, Pear. It's a cute color. So just concentrate it. She just concentrated it in the outside of her eyelid like so, and then just bring it over like this. I'm not entirely sure if this makeup look is biblically accurate, but it's looking good so far. I mean, it's very similar to the makeup I apply already. It's just quite neutral toned, and I quite like that. I do neutrals too, but it's just a lot more dramatic than this. So yeah. Okay, it's looking very simple, but it's also looking very snatched, and I really like that. So she then draws on a liner. So it's a very thin, crisp liner, and they also do an inner corner. Yes! So I'm gonna do that, be right back. It's supposed to say black, but it's not focusing. Okay, well then don't focus. So it's the NYX Epic Wear, my favourite. So she then, does she do her lashes? She adds mascara. So that's what we got so far. Add some mascara. Okay. I'm gonna then add some blush, and she uses like this pinky blush, so I think I might just, it's like a pink rosy blush. Where am I gonna find something like that? Yes. I'm gonna see how this looks. I'm gonna use this shade from the Jeffree Star Cotton Candy Queen eyeshadow palette and just use this shade Pastel Pussy in place of eyeshadow. So let's hope that works. Okay, girl. This is giving. Hold on, why is this giving? That is so cute. They have very neutral lips, like something that I would do. Something that I would do, like, hold on. I'm using heat to go over to really give those fuller lips. Okay, work. Okay, work. I feel like you can add lashes if you want to, but I'm not gonna add it. Hold on, let me add the finishing touches. Okay, period, why is this giving? Thank you so much for watching. Peace next time.